Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kirby and Press TV. I hope you guys are having a blessed Sunday. I'm always going to send love and light, you know what I mean? Because there's some people out there that, you know, need that light, and they definitely need that love. There's a lot of hurt people out there today. You know, just a lot of hurt people out in the world overall, you know what I mean? So today's topic, we're going to talk about um, why do people feel that they are spiritual when they haven't done the shadow work? Okay. And we're going to touch on it because I noticed that I'm coming across a lot of people that, you know, they throw out there, I'm spiritual this and I'm spiritual that. And, you know, they took these classes and, you know, all of these different things like that. And, you know, I just wanted to kind of get into depth about why do people feel like they are spiritual, maybe because they took a class. Let me tell you something. I can't speak for everybody, but I can only speak for myself. Okay? I've been through my own spiritual awakening some years back, right? And what led me to go through that awakening is things that I endure in my life from a child all the way up into my adult, you know, years. When I first realized that I did have spiritual gifts, I was very, very, very young. I was a little girl. I had to be about, I want to say I probably was like about maybe 9, no more than 10, you know. Me personally always knew that I was special, you know what I mean. People always thought that I was weird, and they would say nasty and mean things to me when I was younger or whatever. But I never really, like, you know, let that bother me. I can remember my auntie, which um, she is now deceased. So let me first just say that I grew up in a church setting, you know what I mean, where my grandmother had us in church, Sunday school, every Sunday. You know, we grew up as Catholics, you know. We did Girl Scout cookies. We did everything. We wasn't those kind of kids that was able to go out. I mean, we was, you know, we was kids that was just like full of life. We just wanted to enjoy ourselves because we knew we had a difficult childhood, you know what I mean? And when I say we, I'm speaking about me and my first cousins, okay? My grandmother took care of all of us. She is the reason why we know what we know today, okay? We never went to a public school until my grandmother couldn't no longer afford to pay for us to continue to go to Catholic school. But we went to Catholic school all the way straight through. And then I think when I got into, I want to say 5th grade, 4th or 5th grade or whatever. No, that's wrong. When I got into, I think it was like the 2nd grade or whatever the case may be, I can remember going to public school, school number 28, and then I remember my grandmother ended up getting the funds where we was able to go back to school again. And I can remember we was in Gilmore, you know. Academy, Gilmore, what's it, Gilmore, whatever Academy. So we was back and forth between Catholic schools and Christian schools, to be honest with you. But anywho, um, I always knew that I was special in some kind of a way or whatever. I could remember when my, aunt passed away. I mean, not my aunt passed away. Not that aunt. I had so many different damn aunts. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Before my auntie passed away. So my auntie, my mom, my other auntie, some of my uncles or whatever, they used to run the street all the times. Back then they was, into drugs and all kinds of stuff like that. And back then, back in the 80s and stuff, drugs used to make people just hurt all the time. They was always in a lot of different pain. So I can remember one day I was, laying, I don't know if I was laying in the couch or laying in the bed, but I can remember my auntie, you could tell she had a long night. You could tell she was getting high. You could tell she was in a lot of pain. And I could remember, she just laid in my arms or whatever. And when she laid in my arms, she said, niece, she said, I don't know what it is about you. She said, but every time I'm in your arms or you touch me, you always end up healing me and making me feel so much better. And she was like, and I'd be so sick. She was like, niece, you're my angel. She used to always tell me that every time. And it never really sunk into my head until I got older, when I became awakening. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot, you know what I mean? From my childhood trauma, or whatever the case may be, growing up without my parents not barely being there, you know what I mean? So I was a broken little kid, but I always stayed laughing, had so much joy, was still able to give out that love, was very helpful, you know what I mean? Always helping with chores and everything. Like anything my grandmother would have tell me to do, I would do. Whether it was laundry, going to the store for her, just running errands for her. So I was the one that would do all of those things when nobody else really wanted to do those things, So when now I became an adult or whatever, again, like I said, I always knew that I was different or whatever. People just wanted to be around me. I don't know. I know that I have an energy that attracts people to want to be in my circumference. You know what I mean? It's a magnetic energy that I have, that I can talk to you one time, and right from that point on, you're going to want to always talk to me. You're going to always want to be around me. You're going to always feel some kind of connection to me, right? So I noticed when I was in my adult age, you know what I mean, that every time, I come encounter with people, they would latch on to me. They wouldn't let me go. They wouldn't, they felt like, you know what I mean, it was difficult for them to move on without me in their life, after knowing that they did some damage or they probably hurt me in some kind of a way or whatever the case may be. I can remember going through the dark night of the soul. I started dating a younger guy when I was still, in my marriage or whatever. I wasn't happy in the marriage, so I felt like, going outside the marriage and trying to do what makes me happy, you know what I mean, was the way to go. So I started dating this guy. He was so nice. We went on dates, he would give me money. I mean, he was younger, but I didn't even know his age. I can remember asking him like how old he was, and he was like, "I'm a grown, just know I'm a grown ass man." So I left it like that. Me never find out how old he was until I was with that guy, like after like 7, 8 months, you know? When me now find out how old the guy was, I said, oh my God, I'm going to jail, because the guy was in my kid's age range, you know what I mean? And I said, fuck, man, you know? So I said, I wanted to get permission at that time. Once me find out, me tell his mother straight up, I said, I just want to let you know your son lied about his age. He tell me he was a grown-ass man, yada, yada, yada. Me never know he was so young like this, and I'm a big woman, I'm an older woman or whatever. And so her words was, as long as, you know, he's happy, that's all that matters, you know what I mean? But I noticed, like, some of his siblings that was in Jamaica would say that they felt like I was too old for him or whatever the case may be. So it started to make me feel uncomfortable, you know? So we start to going through some stuff, because now we're doing like a long distance. He was here in Colorado, and then he merged out there to Florida. And so now we doing this long distance thing, and I can remember him saying like, are you gonna leave your marriage for me, or whatever the case may be? Are you gonna move out here to Florida or whatever? And I'm like, look, I can't move out there, whatever. But anyways, make a long story short, we start to having a lot of arguments, and I wasn't trusting, and all of those different things like that. And I was really going through a really, really dark time in my life. You know what I mean? And my cousin Yolanda could vouch. I can remember I was working as a living direct support professional out there in Denver. And I remember being on the phone with my best friend, and I remember telling my best friend, like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the guy mother do something to me. And she said, what you think she did to you? I said, I feel like she put some magic upon me, but I don't know which kind of magic she put upon me. You know what I mean? So she said, wow. She said she into that. I said, yeah, man, she definitely into that. So from me tell my best friend that bad things just start to happen, yo. I can't even make it up, yo. Me would have be at my work, and beer black shadows would have come, you know. It's like me was fighting the demons, them. I even have the same bruises on my legs from when them latch on to my legs, them. Feel like the legs, them a sting. Them a grab on my arm, them a torment me, they wouldn't let me sleep. I couldn't really do my work. It happened and happened and happened for so many months. Months after months after months after months. Me now went to one spiritual store out there in Denver, because I'm part of this spiritual group on Facebook. So I talked to one spiritual advisor, and she tell me to get some sage and some this and some that, frankincense and all of these things, right? Me never let my work know that I was buying all of those things to try to get the evilness out of the house. Me now start marking the doors with some holy oil, and I can remember doing a Psalms 91, but it wasn't really like consistent. It was like an in and out thing. Cause me normally never scared of nothing like that. I never scared of no spirits or nothing like that. But these ones was different. These was demonic spirits that was really out to get me. You know what I mean? Cause normally I'm one of them kind of women that have gifts that could even speak to spirits. I know when I'm inside of my house, I know when them good spirits, I know when they're bad spirits, them kind of stuff like that. And it always been like that ever since I was a kid. That's not nothing new. So when me now start to get haunted by these demonic spirits, I know it was serious. I can remember lighting up the sage and trying to go downstairs, but downstairs in the basement was always so cold, so the spirits then would blow it out. Me would have light it back up again, they would have blow it out again. Me would have light it back up again, they would have blow it out again. Every time I light it up, they would have blow it out. So it got to the point where I'm gonna start make like a fire with like some paper towel, light up the sage, and then take it downstairs. And it was very, very cold. The spirits then was right downstairs inside of the boiler room. And I remember the spiritual advisor would have told me to make sure you go into all corners of the home, because a lot of the time demonic spirits love being in the corner of your home. So me would have go in each corner of the house or whatever the case may be that I was working in, and I would have do what I needed to do or whatever the case may be. Then I can remember they were so stronger than me. They were so stronger than me. It never worked at that time. And at that time, I was in a low vibration too. I wasn't never really, you know, in a high vibrant. I mean, I was happy, but I was going through some stuff. So at the end of the day, it was just like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try, but never really want to give up. But it felt good when I left the work and I went to go travel or something like that. When me travel, I feel good and them kind of stuff like that. When I was away from that house, I feel good. But I notice, I start work on myself. You know what I mean? I said, in order for this to work for me to get these demonic spirits off of me, I have to be in a high vibration. I have to work on myself within. You know what I mean? So me now start work on my shadow work. I know I was going through depression at that time. I was going through so much stuff. You know what I mean? And I just could remember me pulling out the Bible and just start pray, 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 right? Then see, all in her mind, she did feel like she was stronger than me, because true, she been doing black magic Obia for a long time, and her whole thing was she never want me with her son. She never want me with her son. After she okayed me being with her son, she never want me with her son. Because once me now start tell her about her son, how her son is disrespectful, how her son is careless with his body, cheating on me and doing these different things. And I used to tell her, like, me as a mother, me have a son, you know what I mean, that's in the same age range, a little older, but you know, at the end of the day, if me knew that my son was stalking our next woman and doing all of these different things, me would have sit down and talk to my son. And I said, and I just feel like you condoning what your son is doing when you know your son is not doing right. So that makes you vex. When it makes you vex, that's when she start to doing she started working up her little science and start doing all of these things for me. And me feel it. Because me being a spiritual little girl from young, nobody can tell me nothing that me just became spiritual when me become old. I know, sir, I've been spiritual ever since me a young girl, because I grew up in a church. And back then, I was able to still talk to spirits and know when them enter into the room and them kind of stuff like that. You can ask some of my cousins them that I live with. I can't make it up. See, all in the mind, this lady thought she was stronger than me, but me never tried to use my powers to try to overtake this lady. I just try to do everything by the book. So I'm going to start praying, I'm going to start praying, I'm going to start praying, I'm going to start praying. I used to sage all the time, burn the frankincense, all of them shits, you know. Crystals, having the crystals all about, all of that stuff like that, right? So one day, me they get one reading. I said, let me go online because I have this spiritual lady that I've been dealing with for so many years. And she would have tell me when things is not right. So she tell me that somebody been working dark magic on me. That the lady feel like she's stronger than me, but really and truly, I'm stronger than she, right? And I can remember my spiritual girl just saying like, don't let she overpower you. Use your powers to overcome her, right? So as me said, I start work on myself. I start self-loving myself, you know what I mean? Reflecting on a lot. Start looking at the bright side of things, you know what I mean? Just start working on being a loving mother. You know, start working on just doing the things that I know should be done right. You know what I mean? So once me get the message from my spiritual, you know, advisor, it's like me get the message from her, but I already knew what me was supposed to do to get this lady off of me, to get these spirits off of me, this demonic. I think what really drew me out when I got on the phone with my cousin Yolanda. My cousin Yolanda, man. Me would have called up my cousin Yolanda and see my cousin Yolanda is a Christian and me spiritual. So two different things, but we still serve the same God. So me and my cousin Yolanda would be on the phone for hours just talking about a whole heap of stuff, and I would have tell her like, yo, cuz, I don't know, but the spirits, them, man, they might get wicked over here, you know. And she used to be like, what, cuz? And I used to be like, oh my God, cuz, I can't sleep. Them I knock over the pictures, them in the living room. Then you would hear the footsteps, them coming from upstairs, downstairs, all about. Even when I have the lights on, them still strong. Yo, you would have the lights on and the spirits, them still would have come out in a light. Yeah, man. I can't make it up. I was going through the dark night of the soul. That was part of my karma. I get bad karma for some things that I do in my past that I know I shouldn't have never do. And this lady made sure that, you know. So I can remember being on the phone with my cousin Yolanda. I said, cuz, I'm afraid, you know. I'm afraid to stay inside of that house again. And I was on the clock at work. So my cousin Yolanda said, what you gonna do? Cuz I said, yo, I'm asleep right inside of my car. Even though me could have get terminated from that point, I still sleep inside of my car. I'm gonna go inside of my car, left the lights on inside of the house. When me now go inside of my car and I'm talking to my cousin Yolanda, the spirits them follow me inside of my car. Make her feel them as clear as day, you know. Them a follow me everywhere, all about. Wherever where I go, them come. Can't make it up, B. I swear I can't make it up, y'all. I was really being haunted by some serious demonic entities, B. I can remember being on the phone with my cousin Yolanda. And my cousin Yolanda said, cuz, you're going to be okay. What you going to do about this situation? I said, well, I'm going to contact the COO, because I want to see if somebody could have covered me, because I want to go home. Uh, or whatever the case may be. So me now, we talking about something. I forgot what we was talking about, but I remember dropping asleep while I was on the phone with her. And when me now drop asleep while I was on the phone with Yolanda, Yolanda told me everything that happened while I was asleep. She said, cuz, the next day, she said, cuz, I don't know, but I just want to make sure that you are all right. She said, because when you drop asleep on the phone, all you hear is the demonic voices in the background, like, yeah, we got her now. And all of those different things like that. I'm going to tell my cousin about this, my other cousin. I'm going to tell a lot of different people about this, but I always kept this to myself. They was trying to mentally and physically take over my body. And when people don't like you and them envy you and they want it out for you, that's what them do. Them send them entities to come to attack you. So the next day I'm at work and I said to myself, well, let me find out from some other people if them experience some paranormal activities in that same house. Most of the girls them that I work with said yes. One of the girls may never really get a chance to ask her because she ended up dying at 32. She had a heart attack. And nobody don't even know how she had the heart attack. Just know that she died from a heart attack at 32 years old, leaving 2 kids behind. Yeah, man. But the same thing. Stuff falling down in the kitchen. Foot upstairs, downstairs, all of that different stuff. You know what I mean? Just literally being haunted. One of the girls told me she was laying in the bed and the spirit, the demonic spirits, them came right inside of the bed with her. And she felt the spirit right next to her. Can't make it up. So me was being hunted by numerous of different spirits, demonic spirits that was already inside of the home, as well as the black magic that was put on me by my ex-boyfriend mother. Yeah, man. And the only way that kind of stuff could happen, guys, is if you're in a low vibration and they feel like you don't know what going on. But you see, ever since I go through the dark night of the soul and I've been fully awakening by spirit, you see, me could have sensed when somebody trying to do me something. And it won't work. Where I'm at in my life right now, I'm standing in my power. I'm standing in my strength. Anything that people ever try to do to me won't work. It just return right back to them. So them get frustrated. Because now I'm going to know how to use my powers then. Not in a negative way, only in a positive way. I'm going to say my prayers then every day. That's a must for me. I'm going to give thanks and praises always because I've been through some shit in my life that I have a testimony that I can put inside of a book people wouldn't even know to have. They only see the Shima that post up on social media talking about her businesses, them and Ray and all of this stuff like that, but nobody don't know half of shit I've been through in my life. They don't even know to have. A lot of people out there are assuming. Then my next ex-boyfriend that me been separated from almost a year now, has tried to do the same thing, put black magic on me. The girl that he with tried to do the same thing too. And it's crazy because I know that that's what they was trying to do and it never worked. Now, don't get me wrong. When I used to be upstairs in my room, because I'm only downstairs because Chuma have surgery and, whatever. It's more comfortable for me to be down here because I have everything packed. So I have boxes everywhere and stuff, and I took down my bed. But let me tell you something, B. Me would have be upstairs in my room, and I tell you no lie, me would have feel an entity come right inside of there, B, inside of my room. And from that point, I was just, because I can talk to spirits and stuff, I would have just be like, who sent you? You need to go back to where you come from. I'm going to transmute the entity and it gone quick. Yes, see, let me tell you something. If you don't work on your shadow work, you're not awakening by spirit, and you don't have these gifts already from when you was born. Like, you have to be born into these special gifts. You don't just get gifts like that. Now, I'm not saying like when you become awakening that God won't give you gifts that you can use to your own advantage. I'm not saying that. That is accurate. That can happen. But see, I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. I never took a class. I never took no kind of classes. I meditate on a regular basis. I pray every day. I have gifts ever since I was younger, from a little girl. I was born into these gifts. My ancestors passed them down to me. They watch over me. I'm a well-protected man. So anytime somebody try to do something to me, I get notified about it. So then you have to ask yourself, why would you now want to associate yourself with somebody that you know has done black magic on you? That has tried to hurt you. That has tried to hurt your finances. Hurt your opportunities that God put in place for you. They want to see you struggling because they are struggling. You got to ask yourself that. You see, people have done that to you. Ex-boyfriends, family members, or whatever the case may be. Not to mention that people can project magic onto you too. That's what people need to understand also. You know how people just having a normal conversation at their home and they be like, yeah, she a fucking bitch, man, and this and that and rare, she thinks she all of that rare. Somebody is projecting negativity onto me. They are sending black magic my way. So people think like, not only what my ex-boyfriend mother do, whipping up her little rituals or whatever the case may be to do what she do upon me. All people have to do is talk up your name, use a picture, use something that belonged to you, all of them something, to try to do something where you end up losing everything. You lose your car, you lose your home, you lose your money, you lose everything. There's a lot of fake spiritual people out there, B. And you can't trust them. Let me tell you something. You will know that people is like-minded like you. You will know when people is pure. Their heart is pure. They're very loving, kind. Healers, empath, star seeds, goddesses. You will know that they're like-minded like you because they stay just like you. They're happy, they're high vibrant, they love hard, they're guarded, they have boundaries put in place. Nobody can just enter into their lives and try to hurt them. They pray every day. They don't try to use their powers to hurt other people. And when people say that they are spiritual and they act of their dark side, and they blurt out what they're going to do to people and all of those different things like that. That is not somebody that's spiritual, honey. Because spiritual people don't try to hurt people just because they are upset or they angry. They hurt people that have tried to hurt them. Period. Simple as that. Sometimes you don't even have to hurt. Me personally, I don't have to do nothing to nobody, you know. I don't have to do a thing. Anybody that ever tried to do some harm to me or hurt me in any kind of way, God gonna handle them. They're gonna get their own karma, and my ancestors gonna handle them as well. I don't have to do nothing to nobody. I don't have to lift a finger. My hands clean, you know. Don't have to rip up no rituals and all of them, something like that, man. The power of words is all you need. There's a lot of people out here that are fake. They are fake spiritualists. They want the world to believe that there's something that they're not. Watch out for them. Those will be the ones that would try to hurt you, harm you, send negativity your way, hurt you in some kind of way. I would tell you now to exit those people from your life. Block them off, detach from them. Make them go their way while you go your way. It's serious out here in the spiritual world. I mean, we're already going through spiritual warfare as it is. I'm being attacked every day as it is by people that I once loved, by people that I once had in my life before. So why would I sit there and allow myself to, you know, have people in my life that shouldn't be there? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking anybody back that I know that have hurt me, did black magic on me, did all different kinds of things to see me fail in my life. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that at all. At all. You know? So, give me a second, cuz. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Ooh. Yes, Lord. Sorry about that. Why would me now want to have people like that in my circle, in my corner? Let me tell you something about spiritual people. A lot of people don't really understand who we are, why we do have the powers that we have, you know. It's crazy because you have people that want to attack you every day, even when you don't do nothing to them. They just want to attack you because they know your energy is of the light and theirs is of the dark. People need to work on themselves. They need to work on them shadow work before they can say that they're spiritual. You need to be working on your healing as well. You know, you don't get awakening to try to hurt other people. You get awakening to work on yourself. You have to work on your shadow work on your healing process. Start self-loving yourself, self-reflecting on a lot of different things that you have done in your past, that you have allowed to torment you in some kind of way, hurt you in some kind of way. Learn the lessons that Spirit put in place for you, so that way you too can teach other people out there. A lot of y'all are teachers and not even teaching people. A lot of you guys are healers and not even healing other people. You ever come encounter with somebody and you let them go and you detach from them emotionally, on the emotional level? And even when you detach from them, they still latch on to you. They still holding on to you because it's your energy. See, your energy is what attract people to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes those people that you come encounter with don't want to let you go. They don't want to let your energy go because they know that your energy was always helpful to them, helping them build up different things in their lives, helping them to be more grounded, more happier, more emotionally attached. You know, so a lot of the times when you get some people that don't want to let you go, you have to cut those cords from them, especially if you was in a sexual relationship with those people. A lot of the times who you have sex with, you're giving them part of your energy, because remember, sex is part of energy. So you have to be mindful for that. It's a lot of people out there that don't want to let you go because of that reason. You know what I mean? They addicted to your sex. They addicted to your energy. They don't want to let you go because they're afraid that somebody else may have a piece of that. Then that's when they start to become an obsessive and very possessive as well. You know what I mean? See, when you detach yourself from certain people, you have to just leave it alone, you know, and don't reopen that door back up with some of them people. I'm telling you that. Because it's like then you're going to repeat the cycle all over again. The cycles that you close, once the towers come down, you close that karmic cycle and try not to repeat that cycle over again. Because then if you do so and you open up that door back again, it's just going to be a repeat and cycle between you and that person. And why take yourself through that? That don't make no sense. People, be aware of the fake spiritual people out there. Let me tell you something. I know who I am. I don't know about everybody else, man. Because everybody else put a title to them. But me know who I am. Because Father God told me that a long time ago. My family members, them tell me that a long time ago. And I've been getting fight ever since. I'm different, you know. I'm not going to ever be like anybody else. I'm going to always stand out from the crowd. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I don't do things I see other people doing. I buy what I want, whether it's designer or not. Because when you have your money, you could buy and do whatever it is that you want to do. But I'm not a follower. I don't do things I see other people do. If somebody buy a Beamer, even though I know I can buy a Beamer, I don't go out there and buy it because they bought it. No, sir. When I'm ready to buy one foreign car, me would buy it. But I love my Nissan out there. I have my car almost 5 years. This September make 5 years I have my car. And my rims, everything still look good on my car. I barely had to even service the bad thing. You know what I mean? So why should me now jump out there and get one? I could have get a Beamer. I could have get a Lexus. I could have get whatever I want. But me choose to get a car that makes me happy. As long as the car can get me around, get me back and forth to work and those different things. That's all that matter to me. People, live within your means. Stop follow people. You see people post up Grand Rising and all of these different things. A lot of them are fakes. Be mindful of them. Be mindful of them. Because them fakes. And something that would trigger them to make them go off the radar, to start treating people cruel and mean and rude. That's not somebody that's of the light. That's not a spiritualist at all. That's not a spiritual person at all. So don't make people fool you, B. They think because them post up them look a post on social media that means something. No, sir. You have to be the same person at any given time. A lot of y'all are frauds. Y'all not working on yourself because y'all still putting up them gang signs. You're still, doing things that you shouldn't be doing. Don't try to say you're awakening now because now you no longer gang bang or you no longer do these drugs no more. You no longer do this. No, sir. That's not what being spiritual is all about. You have to want to change within yourself to be a better person. And if you don't change within yourself to be a better person, you're not going to be able to change the world. You're not going to be able to even teach nobody out there in the world if you keep on doing what you're doing behind the scenes. A lot of y'all have some hidden agendas and a lot of hidden secrets that will come to the surface. And then once you expose yourself and hang a rope for yourself, then people could have said, you know what, Shima did said that on her video, you know. She said this too, she said that too. I know what I've been through during my awakening. I know I've been through the dark night of the soul. I know that people have done so much to me and I'm still standing to this day. I know the gifts that I had ever since I was a baby. I just never knew why people always wanted to be around me, or people always wanted to feel my touch, or whatever the case may be. There's some wicked people out there, you know. So be careful and be mindful, because this topic is serious, B. I love you guys so, so much. Please click like, share, subscribe to the channel. That will help the channel grow. Keep the notification buttons on so that way you know when I'm uploading new videos. Okay. Anything you want to know about me will be in the description box as well. I cannot make any of this shit up, yo, B. I'm going to share this story to other people as well. I just never brought it to like Facebook or anything like that, because when what you go through, a lot of the times you want to keep it to yourself or just maybe let certain individuals know. But God is so, so good. I'm never going to stop thanking him. Never. And I'm going to always send love and light to each and you all. Day 5 of recovery, guys. Don't look so bad. I will see you guys on the next video. The next topic is going to be why marry a narcissist or have a baby by a narcissist. So stay tuned for that, guys. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.